52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Here's the punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, on to get us started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now a carry for Sanders. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
2 straight 4-yard runs, and it is steadily working the ball downfield. To me, they're staying right on schedule. First down, you want 4 yards or more to set up the rest of the drive. They're getting exactly that.
On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Goddard. So that'll be no better than an incompletion.
I know they got the first down, but, Brandon, I still don't like the call going for it there. Yeah, they got it, but I would have punted the ball there, played some field position. I mean, it's okay to end drives and kicks, right? You know, we've heard that from different guys before. Remember, a kick's either a punt, right, field goal, or a point after touchdown. It's okay to end it in a kick.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
We're scoreless after 1. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd and short, to give to the tight end. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go now. Viking 18. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. You got 3 down.
On first down, it's Sanders. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Check, 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 check.
Here's Hurts to throw. Open man has got it, the tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. Throwing is Hurts. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Oh, he left this one out to the right. That's a bad miss. No good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Wentz to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
2nd and 15. Now Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Hines. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Wentz now on first down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. There it goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
Second and 10. Wentz now to throw. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Throwing now is Wentz. This to Hines on the drop-off. And he'll go down, but not before before getting this inside the 30. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be a 2nd down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz, he'll check this down to Hines. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Wentz going to throw. Touchdown, Colts. That's caught. Mo Alley Cox. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Man open right side. It's Rodgers. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Now a 2nd down and 6. They'll drop to throw. Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Quiddy Pay. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. He'll drop to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
49 the mic. Watch 49. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Lights 49.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
50
Wentz going to give this to Taylor. Able to slither by. And room there to work it inside the 25. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. To throw, it's Wentz. This is caught by Hilton. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Hines again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines taking it in from a yard out. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. But that makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Play action. Here's Hurts rolling to his right. But that's complete to Sanders. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Colts are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines, and he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Wentz to throw. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Now Wentz. Finds Hines again for the completion. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw taken in by Pascal. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Here's 2nd and 10.
57. Mike, 57.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now Wentz again. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. Frank Reich, he didn't even seem hesitant about this. He wants to go for it on 4th down. Throwing is Wentz. That's to his running back, complete. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
57 to Mike. 57.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Nyheim Hines. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Colts have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that.